Hello everyone. Today we have the calculation of molecular mass and calculation based on the law of conservation of mass. In our last video we have seen the law of conservation of mass. According to law of conservation of mass, we have seen that mass of reactant, total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of products. So today we will study about the numericals based on the law of conservation of mass. Before this, we have to learn about the calculation of molecular masses. How can we calculate the molecular mass? So first we have to know about the molecular mass. Molecular mass is obtained, molecular mass is obtained by adding atomic masses of all the elements present in the molecule. So atomic masses of some of the important elements like hydrogen, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 AMU, where AMU means atomic mass unit. Similarly, if we are talking about carbon, the atomic mass of carbon is 12 AMU. Oxygen has the atomic mass equal to 16 AMU. At the same time, if we are talking about calcium, calcium has the atomic mass equal to 40 AMU. Nitrogen has the atomic mass 14 AMU. In the same manner, if we are talking about sodium, having the atomic mass equal to 23 AMU, chlorine has the atomic mass equal to 35.5 AMU, and we have lots of other elements. These are some of the elements whose atomic mass at least we have to keep in mind as per the syllabus of class 8th. So now with the help of these atomic masses, we are going to calculate the molecular mass of some of the compounds. Suppose we have the compound H2O and we have to calculate its molecular mass. So how can we calculate the molecular mass? We have seen the definition of molecular mass. Molecular mass is obtained by adding atomic masses of all the elements present in the molecule. What we have to do? We have to add the atomic masses of all the elements present in one molecule of water. So here we have two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom present in one molecule of water. So what we have to do? The atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. That's why what we have to do is 2 into 1, because we have two hydrogen atom, plus then we have to add the atomic mass of oxygen atom, because only one oxygen atom we have. That's why we have to add 16. So it comes 2 ones are 2 plus 16. It comes 18. If the molecular mass is written in AMU, then that is known as relative molecular mass. And at the same time, if we will write 18 gram, then this particular molecular mass of H2O is known as gram molecular mass. So we have two different types of molecular masses. One molecular mass is known as relative molecular mass, which is written in AMU. The unit for relative molecular mass is AMU. The full form of AMU is atomic mass unit. If we will write the molecular mass in gram, then that particular molecular mass is known as gram molecular mass or GMM. So during the calculation based on law of conservation of mass, we have to use the gram molecular masses. Now we are going to calculate the molecular mass of glucose having the formula C6H12O6. So how can we calculate the molecular mass of glucose? 6 carbon atom we have, and 1 carbon atom has the atomic mass equal to 12, as you can see in the list. Then we have to add the total atomic mass of all the hydrogen atoms. 12 hydrogen atoms we have, and 1 has atomic mass equal to 1, plus 6 oxygen atom we have, 6 into 16. Then what we have to do? We have to add the atomic masses of all the elements. 12 6 are 72, plus 12 1s are 12, plus 16 6 are 96. Now we have to add them together and we will get the molecular mass of glucose. So 6, 2, 8, 9, 10, 0 carry 1, 9 and 7, 16, 17 and 1 carry, that is 18. So 180 AMU, that is the relative molecular mass of glucose molecule. If we will write it in gram, then this particular molecular mass is known as gram molecular mass. Now we are going to calculate the molecular mass of H2SO4. Before this, we have to keep in mind sulfur has the atomic mass equal to 32 AMU. Now we are going to calculate the molecular mass of H2SO4. The name of this compound is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. H2, 2 into 1 plus 1S, that's why 32, plus 4 oxygen, 4 into 16. So we have 2 1s are 2 plus 32 plus 16 4s are 64. And after the addition of these atomic masses, we will get 98. That 98 AMU is the relative molecular mass, and if we will write it in gram, then that is known as gram molecular mass. So in the same manner, we can calculate the molecular mass of other compounds as well. So we have seen the calculation of molecular masses. Now we have this numerical based on the law of conservation of mass. The question is, calculate the weight of quicklime having the formula CaO formed when 400 gram of calcium carbonate having the formula CaCO3 is heated, and we are also provided with the atomic mass of the element calcium, that is 40, oxygen 16, carbon 12, and along with it we have the equation which is balanced. CaCO3 after heating strongly will form CaO plus CO2. So before starting the solution of this question, we have to calculate the molecular mass of calcium carbonate and calcium oxide, because only two things we are provided in the question. So calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Now we are going to calculate the molecular mass of calcium carbonate. Calcium 40 plus carbon 12, 3 oxygen we have. 1 oxygen has the atomic mass 16. 16 3s are 48. So 48 plus 12, that comes 60 plus 40, total 100. So 100 gram, if we will write, then that will be gram molecular mass of calcium carbonate. Now we have to calculate the molecular mass of calcium oxide, CaO. Calcium 40 plus oxygen 16, that comes 56 gram. If we are talking about gram molecular mass of calcium oxide. So upon heating 100 gram of calcium carbonate, we are getting 56 gram of calcium oxide or quicklime according to the balanced equation. Along with it, we are getting carbon dioxide, CO2, carbon 12 plus oxygen 16 to the 32, that comes 44 gram. If we are talking about gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide. So along with 56 gram of calcium oxide, we are getting 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Both side, the molecular mass, total molecular mass or total mass is equal. That's why we can say this is according to law of conservation of mass. 100 gram of calcium carbonate, 100 gram of calcium carbonate yield 56 gram of calcium oxide. This we are getting, this information we are getting from balanced equation. So we have to write from balanced equation given above, we have this information that 100 gram of calcium carbonate yield 56 gram of calcium oxide. Now we have to use the unitary method. First we have to check 1 gram, how much calcium oxide or quicklime will be formed if you will take 1 gram of calcium carbonate. So 1 gram of calcium carbonate yields 56 divided by 100 gram of calcium oxide. We have 400 gram of calcium carbonate and we have to check how much quicklime we are getting after heating 400 gram of calcium carbonate. Now we have to write, so 400 gram of calcium carbonate yield 56 divided by 100 into 400 gram of calcium oxide. Now we have to solve this. 100 4 ja 400 and we have 56 into 4, that comes 6 4 ja 24, carry 2, 5 4 ja 20, 20 and 2 22, that comes 224 gram of calcium oxide. This is the answer. So if we will take 400 gram of calcium carbonate, then we will get 224 gram of calcium oxide. That will be the answer of this question. Now we have the question number 2, which is calculate the weight of magnesium oxide MgO formed when 72 gram of magnesium is burned in air. we are provided with atomic weight of magnesium, that is 24, and oxygen 16. Along with it, we are also provided with the balanced equation for this reaction, that is twice Mg plus O2 is equal to twice MgO. So the first step in the solution of this question, we have to calculate the molecular masses. So twice Mg, 2 into 24, that comes 48 gram. So 48 gram of magnesium after burning along with 32 gram of oxygen will form 2 into 24 plus 16, that comes 2 into 40 equal to 80. So according to the balanced equation, we have an information 48 gram of magnesium after burning with 32 gram of oxygen will form 80 gram of magnesium oxide. So this is according to law of conservation of mass. The total mass of reactants, that is 48 plus 32 comes 80, is equal to total mass of product, that is again equal to 80. So we will apply the law of conservation of mass to solve this numerical. So what are the information which we have? We have these informations, that after burning 48 gram of magnesium, we are getting 80 gram of magnesium oxide. So we have to write according to balanced equation, we have 48 gram of magnesium burned to give 80 gram of magnesium oxide. So 48 gram of magnesium burned to give 80 gram of magnesium oxide. So 1 gram of magnesium burns to give 80 upon 48 gram of magnesium oxide. But according to our question, we have 72 gram of magnesium. So that's why 72 gram of magnesium burned to give 80 upon 48 into 72. So 24 2s are 48, 24 3s are 72, that comes 80 upon 2 into 3, 2 4s are 8 and 0, that 42s are 80, 40 into 3 comes 120. So after burning 72 gram of magnesium, we will get 120 gram of magnesium oxide. This is the answer of this question. So after burning 72 gram of magnesium, we will get 120 gram of magnesium oxide. So that's all about the numericals based on law of conservation of mass.